Hi there, Cards on the Table with Vicky. Today I have a beautiful card called an Accordian Fan Fold Art Deco card. So you've got your accordion fan fold here at the back, and that's what it supports it and holds it up so it stands up. And you've got this lovely Art Deco style here. This one is quite glamorous looking. I've put lots of things on this card, but the one we're going to make today is slightly different but similar. So I will get on with it. So let's see what we need. First of all, I'll just show you what I'm using. I'm still going to use the Layers of Beauty stamp set and dies. And this does a beautiful big rose piece here. That also comes with a mask that you can use to help colour your roses and leaves, and the dies cut it out. Also, I'm using my Everyday Details dies. I'm just using the large circle in there, and I'm using it twice. So in that one I have used it on the back, and I've cut one in half as well. And I mean, I measured it, it's about 8 centimetres, but really the size of the circle, just whatever large circle you have, around that sort of size. There's no set size you actually have to use for that. So let's start with our accordion fold. So I do have the measurements, and I will have them in centimetres and in inches. So this one, I'm working in centimetres though, so this one is 18 centimetres by 14 centimetres, and I have scored it at 3 centimetre intervals, so 3, 6, 9, 12 and 15. And then if you're doing it in inches, it will be 5.5 inches by 7.5 inches, and you will score it at, what we score it at, 1 1/4 inch, 2.5 inches, 3 3/4 inches, 5 inches, and 6.25 inches. And I just realized my light isn't in the right place, so hang on 1 second. I want to move my light over so that we get a little bit more light. That's better, isn't it? There we go. Just trying to get a bit more light in there for you. So when we have your accordion fold, you're going to, after you've scored it, you're going to fold it mountain fold, valley fold. So that's just your mountain, it looks like a mountain, valley, folding in, mountain, valley, mountain. And then give it a good crease. You can use your bone folder. Ignore how awful mine looks. That's just all the different coloured inks. It's a well-used bone folder. There we go. So that's our fold. That's the first piece we need. The next piece we need is a piece of cardstock. Now this is a sample one I've got here just to show you what you're going to need to do. This is 9 centimetres by 14 centimetres, and I've marked it at the middle, which is 4.5 centimetres. And then I'm going to cut up from that middle up to both edges here, and that will give me that triangle, will give me 3 triangles. And you can do this in the centimetres or in inches. It's 3.5 inches by 5.5 inches, and the middle is 1 3/4 inches. So once you have taken that piece, and you have cut it, I'll just grab them out. I have cut mine already. So look like this. And you see I've cut it up, and that gives me these pieces. So if you turn these 2 pieces around, and just be aware that you want them going in the same opposite direction, so they're both going outwards or they're both going inwards, right? So you don't want one going this way and one going that way. You want them both going the same way, because then they will tuck behind your main triangle. just like that and like that. And this is something I don't spend a lot of time worrying about. When I do this, I will not measure. I'll just eyeball it basically and think that's close enough. So I'm not doing that yet though, because I want to add my pattern paper to this before I glue them together. I am using the Unbounded Beauty designer paper, and this is the same paper I had on the other one, except different colorways. I'm doing a different colorway. So I'm just, with the pattern paper, you want to go down, what size pattern? Oh, 8 centimeters by 13 centimeters was my pattern paper. And in inches, it was 3/4 of an inch by 5 1/4 inches. And then when you're just looking at your pattern paper, see, you just flip it over. If you go, oh, that's not matching, just flip it over and you'll see it matches. So that's good. And just get that on there. And last one, flip that one over. Nope, flip that one over, that way. I had it right the first time, didn't I? There we go. This is very pretty paper. This one's in the new catalogue. The everyday detail dies can be found on the online store. And the Layers of Beauty stamps and dies are also in the new catalogue. So there we have our pieces. Oh, and my triangle's gone off a bit. I'm not going to worry too much about that because a lot of that's going to get hidden anyway. That's the other point you have to remember. If you're putting a lot of things on the front, like I'll just show you again how mine looks, you see what gets covered anyway. So at this point, I want to join these triangles together, but I'm not going to overdo it. So I'm just putting a little bit of glue here and here so that I can just pop them under and pop that one under, sorry. And slipping and sliding everywhere. I'm just going to play with those triangles. I'm not worrying about what they look like at the bottom. Just looking at the top. I want it fairly even at the top. And yes, I could measure it, but I'm not that kind of person. I just like it to be pretty easy to do. So I think that's pretty good. So I'm going to leave it like that. The next thing I'm going to use is, I have the two circles that I was talking about earlier. One I've already stamped my greeting on, and the other one's just plain because this one will sit on the front. And you see, that's why I said don't worry about those triangles. Actually, what you can do if you want is just trim them down a bit. Get rid of those pointy ends. Just fine. That looks fine. All right, I'm going to turn this over and I'm going to be placing this on the back because this is where I can write. But I'm actually going to raise this up. Can you see that I'm raising this circle up so it's just coming above the top of all the triangles? So I'm just going to put glue here, not on the whole piece, so that it's just raised above there. This also helps get it all stuck together. There we go. Now I'll turn it over and you can see that little bit of an edge there with that circle. Just like that. That's what I wanted. And the next thing I'm going to be doing is I want to attach this here. So I can do that. I can just attach a bit of glue on here. Pop that on there. I'm not worried. Now I'm using my lines on my grid on here just to sort of line things up a little bit and see how they look. And get this lined up at the bottom. So I want that straight. There. Holding that on. So this is what I've got so far. I've got the fold here, the base, and I'm just creating this piece here, and there's the back of it. And I'm going to be placing this on the front, like so. Okay, so we can do that now. So to do that, I need to put some glue on here and on here, just to get it stuck on. And this is a little bit tricky, but we can do it. We can do it. Just line it up with your bottom, fold it up, holding on. Like I said, there's so many things. You can make it quite busy on the front, and I added pearls across here and across the top because I really wanted it very fancy and glamorous looking. Sorry, I need to bring this down because out of shot a little bit. I hope not. All right, I think that's stuck on now. That's looking good. Right. Next thing we need to do is we need to place a little tab, and this is on the back. This is because this is so heavy it can sort of fall down. So what we want to do is we want to secure it so it stands up better. So I've created a little tab. This tab is, let me just check my measurements. This tab is 14 centimeters by 5 centimeters, and I've just folded it in half at the 7 centimeter crease, or it's 3.5 inches by 2 inches, and then fold it in half depending which one you're doing. This tab is going to sit, now let me see if I can show you, on the back. This tab is going to sit here, and it's going to be glued right up to here. Okay, so it's going to glue from here, from there to there. So I need to put glue on the back of my tab, just like that. And I'm putting it into that first crease that's directly behind my fan piece. Right. All right, I'm just making sure that's well stuck. So the next thing I'm going to do, if you can see I've got on that crease, I'm going to bring that crease up, and then I'm going to want to stick this to this crease. So you can't put glue on the whole of the tab, you only want it on the, I need to bring this down, so on the bottom half, okay? All right, that's where I want that. And I'm bringing it down. Can you see which crease that's going in? Not back here, but on this one here. Yeah, I've got this one on this crease, folding it, and then putting this one in. And then I'll fold it all up just to make it easy for me to hold there in place while I make sure the glue sets. That's the important thing. Right, okay, let's hope that's done. And that's looking good, and see how it stands up now. It's much more secure. It still folds up nicely, but it pops open just like that. And that's all we need left to do is to decorate the front. I have some more roses, this time done in the yellows and this new colour peach pie and pumpkin pie. I've got some pumpkin pie and pool party leaves that I've cut out, and I think I've used Shy Shamrock and I don't know, Coastal Cabana maybe. Can't remember what colours I used on the leaves, but this is the main piece for my front. And I can just put that on with some dimensionals, if I can find my dimensionals, which I can just grab them because they're not in here. Oh, here they are. Sorry about that. I'll just put that to one side while I put some dimensionals on the back of my flowers. very boring. Probably need some music at this point. Sorry about that. Here we go. Let's give you the idea. You can decide how you like to put your flowers. I think that's nice. I might put them like that. And then I have a greeting as well. Birthday wishes. I think this is from an old set. Of course, you can use any greeting you like. Oops. Get that out of the way, maybe. There we go. Right. And then we can just finish decorating with your pearls if you like in there. I'll just show you again my original one. And see, I've put the pearls on a little bit on the inside there, but on here I've put them up the top a bit more. I've also added some glittery butterflies. I think I really like that. That's worked out well. It will look nice with the pearls, but I won't do that now. I'm going to leave that because I just wanted you to see how to make the card. Now, what I will do, I'll move all my mess out of the way. I'll bring over the measurements. Here's that. Here's your measurements in centimeters this side, inches this side. These are your main pieces that I have used. The base, the circle that you use in the front and the back. This piece here, which you cut into triangles, and then also you do it again in pattern paper, slightly smaller. And then your little tab, maybe your tab at the back. That's an important piece because it holds it together, stops it falling over when it stands up very nicely. So I hope you enjoyed that little card today, and thank you for joining me. Catch you later. Bye for now.